Hey guys, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I am Em. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm here, All American, season 6, episode 13, Jordela's wedding, and apparently Spolivia's engagement. Like, what the fuck? I said on Twitter or somewhere at some point that they were getting engaged this episode or at the end of the season just because I just needed to tell myself that to make it through because I was worried. I didn't think it was gonna actually happen, and this really felt like the finale of not just the season, of the show. It felt like a serious finale, and I know this initially was going to be the season finale, and I'm even more happy now that we got 2 more episodes because I think we're actually going to see Spolivia get married. And I couldn't even handle Jordela getting married without sobbing. It's Spolivia, I ship Spolivia, I love Spolivia a bit more, just because they've been, for longer, and I've been shipping them since the beginning. And this means so much to me. If we actually witness it in 3 weeks, I'm gonna be a fucking monster, especially because I'm supposed to be out of fucking town on a big ass trip when they're supposedly getting married. What the hell? Why did the writers or whoever's in charge of doing the hiatuses or the breaks, why did we get a 1 week break? I'm sorry. It would have saved my life if they just... Yes, I like a break in between because I do need to process everything I just witnessed, and I'm a fucking disaster right now. But it's I'm gonna be on vacation, and don't worry, I am not missing it. I will run out to the car, I will kick everyone out of wherever we are, so I can do this and I can watch it and record because I'm not missing it. But I was fine with it because I thought it was just gonna be a finale, of just some shit. And now, I don't know. I'm so thrown off. I have oh my gosh. It's I know this was the initial finale, but it really gave me, it really did give me the vibes. And I was so confused about what the fuck they were gonna do in the next 2 episodes. That during the commercial breaks, while I was trying to stop myself from crying, or crying more, because I was a fucking disaster. I literally have pictures to send to my friend to send to my friend because she always asks me to send pictures of me crying over shows. It's I was trying to calm myself down, trying to process that Jordela was getting married, and then I started thinking it feels like such a finale, series finale, not just a season finale, series finale. What the fuck are they gonna do? And it makes sense now, I think, because they added 2 more episodes before they got renewed, and I think because they wrote their finale as a series finale, and they might have done for 15 as well, but because they were worried they weren't going to get renewed, they probably added 2 more episodes so we could get this Bolivia wedding, which I'm completely fine with. But it also does concern me that we really are getting New Generation next season. Because, I hope not. I want to see married Spolivia. I'm going to see married Jordela next few episodes. Kind of. Even though it's mostly Spolivia, which I'm here for. Full Spolivia episodes, I'm always down for. It's I need them next season. And, them getting engaged, and, we're going to probably see them get married. It's making me feel not making me feel it's just, the New Generation thing is really, coming strong. I know, we've all kind of been thinking about it for a while, or, because I found out about it a couple weeks ago, but then people were saying that Michael is in it, apparently. He confirmed somewhere that he's in it. I don't know where that was. I apparently don't pay enough attention, which is weird, because I literally have him on Snapchat. And so, he apparently confirmed at some point, and I think Greta might have, or it was just him who confirmed he was coming back. So, I don't know. We don't know who's returning. I would like answers, but it's really like, I think they're gonna do New Generation next season. Like, I was kind of hesitant when I, like, last episode or the episode before, because Michael said something about, like, how he's coming back, I think, and then some people were saying other things about, like, that New Generation thing was not happening, but because the promo, and not just because they got engaged, but also because the promo said 2 more episodes. They don't say that for the end of the season. They just do, for the promo for that season finale, they say season finale. That's it. They usually don't do, like, 2 more episodes, or if they do, it says 2 more episodes of the season. They just said 2 more episodes. It's like they're saying goodbye. And I'm not ready. Like, yes, best case scenario is Olivia gets married in the final episode. Like, that is the perfect way to end, like, their story, like, 100%, before you get random ass people I don't care about in the show. Like, yes, 100% do that. I'm down for that. Like, that's totally fine. But it's like, I just want to know, you know? I want to know who's returning, because I'm not ready. But, like, I'll be better about, like, New Generation and, like, them leaving if we actually get to see the wedding. And at this rate, I think we will. Because I honestly thought Olivia, if they were gonna get engaged, I thought they were gonna get engaged at the wedding or after, like, a little bit after. And I was hoping it wasn't at the wedding, because I wanted Jordala to have their moment and then Olivia to have their moment, like, separately. And, I mean, Jordala did. I mean, the wedding, everything with Jordala this episode was gorgeous, stunning. There was not a dry eye in sight in my room, because I was the only one in there, and I was bawling my eyes out for, like, half the time. It's like, I knew I was gonna cry, and I, like, got, like, teary-eyed thinking about it this morning. Like, they're actually getting married. Like, we made it. We're actually gonna see it. Like, Layla is finally getting her happy ending, and that is what my baby girl deserves, because that poor girl has gone through hell and back and cannot get a damn break in her life. I'm so happy she got her happy ending. She's ready to thrive, or she will. I mean, she is now, but it's like, oh my gosh, like, I was so happy. But what really got me, like, sobbing, like, what started it all, was when we saw her in the dress with Liv, and then the dad came in. I really don't care about the dad that much. I was just happy he was there. But, like, seeing Layla and Liv together, like, while she was in the dress, that's what got me. Because those are my best girls. Like, my favorite people on the planet. Like, they're my top 5 favorite characters of all time. Not even top 5. They're my top 4. Like, they're 3 and 4. It's like, I adore them so fucking much. And just whenever they're together, I, like, want to die. Because I adore them so much. But especially now, because they're sisters, and that's all I could think about. Like, they are officially sisters, and I want to die thinking about it. It's like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? It's just, like, everything with them this episode was gorgeous. Like, Liv was such a good maid of honor. She, like, really was, and just such a good, like, sister to Jordan, and also just such a good support system for Spencer with, like, the whole draft thing at the beginning of the episode. Like, the way she, like, calmed him down and was trying to just comfort him and, like talk to him, and just really helped him, because he thankfully was good for the next, for the next day, at least. Because I was worried he was going to be sad and upset at the wedding, which I completely get. It was completely understandable. Like, the situation was so fucked up. Like, I don't care. Like, what he said in that recording was honestly the truth. Like, what the fuck? It's a fucked up system. What do you want him to say? The fact that people, like, don't care about his playing ability, and that he, like, has a heart, and he's, like, really passionate and good at what he does. They're like, oh, he said this shit, so we're not going to draft him. I'm like, no, fuck you. What's wrong with you? It's like, yeah, I knew he was going to get drafted eventually. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be this episode. I thought it was going to be in 2 episodes, because I didn't expect any of this shit to happen. It's like, that pissed me off, and I thought he was going to be in a bad mood all, like, this whole episode, and I'm happy he wasn't, because I wanted to, like, move on after that, or, like, not really move on, like, we would go back to it eventually, but I just wanted Jordala to be the focus for the majority of the ep, and they were. and I'm grateful for it. Like, I'm happy he moved on and was like thinking positively and just about the future, and like he's gonna try to do like those camps, training camps, which he thankfully doesn't have to. He didn't have to, but it's like I'm happy he was looking forward and just being as positive as he could be in this situation, and just focused on Jordala and just like being their friend and then being the officiant, which I do think him asking Spencer to be the officiant was probably the best decision, because I was kind of upset that he was not the best man. Like, I get Jordan's known Asher longer, but then Spencer's like his brother, so I was kind of upset, and I wanted Bolivia to be maid of honor and best man. But this honestly, I think was better, because Spencer he knows how to say things and make me cry. And he has like such a good way of putting things, or at least in my opinion, for the most part. Sometimes it's not great, but like when he really thinks about it, it's good. And like the stuff he said to them, it was so pretty and like gorgeous, and like that got me sobbing too, because it's like, because I think when you're planning a wedding, you want the officiant like to be good, but you also want the officiant to know you. And so I think asking one of your best friends to do it is one of the best things you could do. Like, yeah, you might want like a official one that didn't just get their certificate online a couple hours before. But I mean, I feel like the things they say, the officiants say, mean 10 times more if it's coming from someone you know and someone you love. And I loved how he took like so much, like he was so passionate about it and really wanted to like make it perfect, and he did. Like, gosh, like I'm just happy because he was saying stuff that had me sobbing, because we did not get to hear Jordan and Layla's vows, which pissed me off because I was ready to use the crap out of them on TikTok and Instagram, and now I can't, which is really, really upsetting, because I had a whole thing planned and I literally started working on it, and I have to change it because I didn't get any fucking vows. Like, do they have deleted scenes of the vows? Because I'm gonna need them, because that just fucked up my whole plan for the night. And also Bolivia getting engaged too, because I didn't think it was actually happening tonight, so I didn't get any of their scenes, and now I have to go back and go get them so I can work on edits. It's like, they really don't want me to sleep apparently, and like those fucking vows, I thought we were getting them, and we better get Bolivia vows. I'm just putting that out there. We better. But because we didn't get them, Spencer was the next best thing, because how well he knows them, and just the stuff he said was so perfect. Like, he like always kind of saw it, or it's like, or some shit like that. And like, yeah, I get what he's saying. Like, I know some people are gonna be like, oh, but Simone, it's like, yeah, but there were always things. Like, you can go back, like, since episode 1, there were always some like sort of thing with Jordan and Layla, some hints. I don't think they ever I don't think they initially were gonna get them together, and it just happened as they like created the spin-off and all that. But I mean, maybe it would have happened. It's just there were always little things, you know. And I'm an idiot, and I didn't really notice them until season 2. That's when I actually started like noticing their like little things. But like in episode 1, there were little hints and like little moments. And it's always been them. Like, they fought hard. So fucking hard, like Spencer said, to get here. Like, all, like, everything with Simone and the breakup and that whole situation. And just how hard they worked to get to this point and stay together. It's just like, and they flirted hard as well. Like, Spencer was 100% right about that. Like, my gosh. They were flirting hard when he was in a damn relationship. Like, that man was head over heels for her when he was in relationship with someone. I mean, we obviously know, like, he was in love with Layla, or he fell in love with her while he was with Simone. It's like, you know, Spencer was coming through. And I loved his little like thing with the ship names. I thought that was cute that they brought it up. I usually don't like when shows say ship names or shit like that. I usually don't, but this time it was kind of funny the way they did it. Cause it's like, yeah, I mean, like we knew Jordala was the official ship name, and also Spolivia was as well. Like obviously we knew that, but them like hinting at what the other ones would be, like Lorden, it wasn't great, wasn't bad, but Oenser, I don't remember what they said for Spolivia, but yeah, I'm very grateful their name is Spolivia, because that was fucking awful, and I don't even know how to fucking pronounce it, because I don't remember what it was. Just like, all those little things that he kind of threw in there were just perfect, and I liked how Asher and Liv were kind of like jumping in and like saying stuff during his vows to kind of be like, yeah, like that's true, like blah blah blah. I thought that was so cute because it made it special, and that's what I wanted. I wanted Spencer to be a part of the wedding and like up there with them, so that's why I'm so happy we got it, and just for that, but also because we got the Spolivia wedding stairs, which like I've been thinking about all week. It's like that was the one thing I needed them to do. Well, other than like the wedding going smoothly, because I'm traumatized by show weddings. Like the shit that happens is insane. Like as someone who's watched Vampire Diaries, and that is like my favorite show of all time, or one of them, I'm still scarred from the season 6 wedding, and I'm pretty sure the people who watch Vampire Diaries are as well. Still traumatized, bawled my eyes out, and like everything, like that was rough. And since then, I've been traumatized by weddings on shows. Like you can never trust them. Like shit always happens. I'm like, what the fuck? And throughout like this whole like week leading up to this, all I can think of is if shit happens, I'm going to kill someone. It's like I needed shit to go well. And by shit going well, I don't mean just like no one dying, no fighting, like all that. I'm also going with I needed the Spolivia stairs. Like come on now. You can't do an all-American wedding without Spolivia looking at each other during some shit. More importantly, like the vows, or when the officiant is saying shit. Because we got it twice in season 3. And they weren't even together at that point. They got the second one, they got together right after. We got one in season 5 when they were broken up. And then we got one in season 6 when they're together, thriving. And the fact it was when he was talking about love and everything, and they were like looking at each other, that's what got me too. Like, this episode really did fuck me up. Like, I was crying literally like the whole entire time. And it might have been because it like felt like a finale. But then, I also don't think I think it was just Jordala getting married, and I know when Spolivia gets married, I'm probably going to be crying even harder. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I'm so happy with the way they did it. Like, were there things they could have done better? Yes, like, 100%. But, you know, I'll get over it. Like, I could have done less with Patience and Coop. Like, yes, I get this was initially the season finale, so that's probably why they did shit. And especially when they added 2 more episodes, they were trying to, like, do stuff for, like, the time jump. And I'm happy, like, Patience got this opportunity to go on Broadway and, like, play a little role and, like, get back into it. And I'm happy Coop is supporting her, obviously. Because when she was talking to Layla about how she's not ready because of the album, but also because of Coop. And she doesn't want Coop to, like, travel and, like, get her to move out with her because she has, like, school. And she made the dean list, which is incredible. And, like, she's graduating next year. Like, she's in law school. She has all that shit. Like, I get that. But the other thing I was thinking of was, isn't long distance a thing? Like, yeah, I don't know if that's great. And, like, I've heard horror stories about long distance, but I think they can work it out. Like, Patience and Coop have been through hell. Like, they've been through Coop getting in some serious trouble, Coop getting shot, and then they did break up a little bit after that, but it's fine. And then they got back together after Patience got stabbed. Like, they've really been through it. They can make it work. Like, I think they can. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they obviously can. And I'm happy Coop, like, said to her, like, you need to do it. Like, I don't want you to, like, not do it. Because of me, like, been so supportive for everything I've done. Like, you need to do it, and I'll visit. Like, I'll come to as many shows as I can. That's why I'm so happy with Coop's character development this season. And kind of last season, but actually, no, she pissed me off last season. But mostly this season was, like, not only because of the law thing, and she's really turned her life around from going from all the shit she used to do, like, all the shitty situations she got herself put in, and to now, like, going to law school, being on the dean's list, graduating, like, it's such a big deal, and I'm so proud of her, and also just how supportive she is to Patience, because, yeah, she was kind of back in the day, but she also, like, really just thought about herself, and I'm happy she's finally, like, putting Patience first, and being like, you need to do it, which 100%, Patience did need to do this. Like, I think it's a great opportunity, and I think it's a great way for her character to kind of, like, end, like, story to end, because, yeah, like I said, this was initially the finale, and, like I said, it felt like it, because the way they were doing it with Coop and Patience, like, having her sent off, like, that seems like something they would do in a series finale. And that was, like, there were other things that made it seem like a finale, but that was the big thing that, like, not the big, I mean, Bolivia was as well, but that's the thing that really made me think, like, it's the final episode, even though I knew it wasn't. It's just, shit like that happens to characters in the finale, you know? It just does. Like, they move on, they get opportunities, they go away to do these opportunities, just, like, you know? And, I mean, I'm happy for her. She deserves it. She did a great job singing at the wedding. Like, that was gorgeous. I did like that. Like, I don't really care. No, okay, here's the thing. I do care about her storyline, her music storyline sometimes, but sometimes I don't. You know, I'm, like, half and half with it at this point. But I think it was gorgeous that she performed at Layla's wedding, because she is one of Layla's very good friends. She is Layla's recording artist. Like, and performing the brand new song, I think was so pretty. I don't remember what she said in the song, but I do remember it was pretty and went with whatever was going on when Layla was walking down the aisle. Oh my gosh, like, just thinking right now that Layla and Jordan are married is just insane, because they were so perfect this episode. Like, their first scene, when, like, they, like, ran into each other, and they were like, oh my gosh, bad luck. Which, first of all, I want to know where the bad luck on wedding days, if you see your partner, it came from. Because I see that all the time, and people always say shit like that. And, of course, like, yeah, I'm 19, so maybe, like, I just don't know something. But, like, where did that come from? Like, I remember when someone told me that when I was younger, I never understood it. I thought, like, you would get cursed if you did that, or someone would die. Because they make such a big deal out of it. And I was fine with it, them doing it because it was cute. But, like, where did it come from? It's like, you're obviously not going to die. But, like, where did it come from? I don't know. But just that whole thing of, like, them, like, talking to each other about the big day, like, holding hands, like, back to back, holding hands, and just Jordan being there for her and trying to comfort her over, like, her feeling the absence of her mom, and as well as Billy, which, like, I knew this was going to be brought up, because I said since the beginning of the season that I thought the reason Layla was, like, a little bit off and on with the wedding, kind of hesitant and, like, spiraling and not wanting to talk about it or plan, was because she was just missing her mom, which was one of the reasons, but it was also because, like, the trauma from her mom, mental health, and the marriage and all that, it's just, like, a lot of building up. But I said a couple episodes, like, I think she's just missing her mom, because when you get married, it's such a big deal. You want your mom there, obviously, because, like, you and your mom, you dream about it, like, since you're little. Like, I know did not, but I know a lot of people do. Like, personally, I don't care to get married. I don't really want to. I don't know why. I just don't want to be in a relationship. Stresses me out. But, like, I know so many little girls dream about their day with their mom, and their mom being there, their mom helping. And if I ever get married, like, I can't imagine, like, not having my mom there. And so like, I thought that was it. And I'm happy they finally brought it up, like, her, like, missing her. Like, obviously, she misses her whole life. Like, every day, every second of the day, she's missing her, she's thinking about her. But I'm happy they brought it up, because it's such a big moment to see your daughter get married. For a dad, but also as a mom. And her mom's not going to be able to see that. And then, same with Billy. It's like, Billy, and, like, oh my gosh, what am I saying? Billy not only was, like, kind of like a father to her and really helped her through some stuff, but it's like, that's obviously Jordan's dad. Like, he's still grieving in a way. Like, he's, like, learning how to deal with it, and it's been some time, and he's not getting over it. Like, you'll never actually get over something like that, but, you know, he's learning how to deal with it, and he's able to talk about his dad without, like, feeling super sad, like, and, like, is able to talk about it now, especially, like, since, like, he got the letter, and it's just been some time. It's like, these are the days that you think about the people you lost. Like, when something huge is happening in your life, you think about that. Like, a wedding in particular is something, like, a day that you would think about, like, your parents, and, like, them helping you get to that point. And when you don't have them, like, that's what you think about, and it's harder than most days. And so, like, I'm happy they brought that up, and I'm happy, like, that Jordan brought it up to, like, Liv, that she was missing them, especially her mom, and the fact that Liv and, oh my gosh, why can I not say names? Liv and Laura, like, kind of helped with that in a way. Like, the way Laura gave, like, Layla earrings with the diamond that her mom wore in her necklace, or had on her neck, and, like, the necklace she wore on her wedding day. Like, doing that for her is, like, that's such a beautiful thing. It's like, Laura really is excelling in, like, the mother-in-law department right now. Like, thank you. Like, I'm so happy she did something like that, because I wanted, like, someone to give her something that was her mom's, like, maybe from her wedding day or just in general. But I just thought that was essential, because, like, she's missing her presence right now, and it's such a big deal. Like, you want her there, and of course she's always there with her, but I think giving her those earrings, like, really made her, like, feel special, and just, like, make her feel her presence even more. And then, like, the way that Liv, like, gave Jordan, like, that shirt. I know they were calling it something. I don't remember. The linen shirt, I think. The white linen shirt. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't know men's shirt. I'm sorry. Like, I don't pay attention to that stuff. But the shirt that he was having the hardest time finding, we still don't know where the fuck it was. But it's like, the way she gave it to him and, like, got Billy's old number on it. Like, that was such a beautiful thing to do. To, like, again, have him be there and, like, feel his presence even more, and, like, know he's there. Because obviously he is, and he knows that, but, like, just feeling it more. Having something to remember them by. And when, like, Liv was giving her speech, and she, like, said something that Billy said about, like, I don't even know what it was, but, like, something with a ponytail. It was something before then, too, that made sense to why she said something with a ponytail. And then, like, a lyric from one of Monica's songs. That's just, like, so beautiful. I'm so happy they all took time to do stuff like that and, like, really make them feel their presence. Like, Liv, I love Liv so much. Like, she's such a good friend and, like, a good sister, a good girlfriend. She really does the damn thing. She knows, like, how to make people feel better and just, like, loved. Especially, like, oh my gosh. Like, her whole fucking speech had me sobbing. Because, like, I cannot believe they're actually sisters, first of all. But, like, the way she was talking about how the three of them used to play married, and like Jordan had marrying Layla on his like vision board or whatever it was in middle school. Like, oh my gosh, like whenever they bring up Jordan's crush on Layla and like how it's been like forever and how she was his first crush, it just brings me so much joy, and I get so giddy because like we actually made it. Like, he married his childhood crush. Who can say that? Not many people. I know I personally can't. First of all, because I don't even know who my childhood crush was. And also, I feel like, because I wouldn't have a fucking chance. And even if I did, I don't think I would want to. So, you know. But, like, who gets to say that? Like, I married my childhood crush. That's, like, that's such a flex. Or, like, not even just my childhood crush. My first crush. Like, not many people get to say that. Like, shout out to Jordan. Like, good for him. Like, especially when it's Layla Keating. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I would be honored to marry her. Like, girl looked stunning in her dress. I mean, let's be real. She always does. But girl looked gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. Like, when she was walking down the aisle, I cried even more. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have liked if her hair was down a little bit more. Like, don't get me wrong, she looked gorgeous, stunning. Like, she looks gorgeous no matter what. But I would have liked her hair down. I would have, like, some sort of, like, maybe a half down, half up. I don't know. I just wanted it down. But, like, that might just be me. I don't know. She still looks stunning, and I think the dress, like, fit her perfectly. Because, like, throughout the season, I was thinking about what her dress would look like if we would ever see it. But then when it got announced that June 24th was the wedding, I was like, okay, like, what are we seeing here? Like, what is the vision? What's the dress? I remember going on Pinterest like an idiot and looking at wedding dresses to kind of see what I thought, like, she would look like, what she would pick. And this was the type of dress, because I don't know why, I could not see her in, like, a big ball gown. I don't know if that's just me. Like, Liv, I can see her in, like, a mermaid dress, like, lace, like, at the top dress. I don't know, guys. I don't know enough about, like, wedding dresses. I don't think I'm explaining them well enough, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I see her in, like, a mermaid style, like, lace at the top, silk or something, or, like, lace all around, like, dress. Like, that's what I see Liv in. Layla, I saw her kind of in something like this, and I'm happy they did it, because it's like, yeah, if she did a ball gown or, like, something else, she would have looked stunning, but this was really her, and this screamed her. Like, I see Liv in more of a ball gown, but not even really. I see her, like, in a tighter, you know, dress, maybe a ball gown, I don't know, but I just don't see Layla in that, and I'm happy they did my girl justice. But let's be real, like I said, she would look stunning in anything. And I'm just happy she got married. I'm just happy we made it. Like, we got to see it. We got to see, like, not the evolution, but, like, the build-up. We got to see Carter at the wedding. Praise the Lord. I honestly forget Grace is married sometimes. I really do. Like, we have not seen the man since, I don't know. Was he at Billy's funeral? I think he was at Billy's funeral. So maybe that, then. But if he wasn't, then since the wedding. I personally don't remember seeing him during the funeral. So I don't... So last time I actually saw him, or remember seeing him, was the wedding. But maybe he was at the funeral. I don't know. But, like, I forget he's fucking married to Grace. I really do. Like, I get he's in Oakland, and Grace is spending more time there now with him, that Dylan's, you know, gone in, like, Boston. But, like, I would have liked to see Carter a bit more. Like, I didn't like how they got married and then they dipped. Like, yeah, I know they, like, moved to Oakland, but Grace was here so many fucking times. Like, where was Carter? Why couldn't he come as well? Like, couldn't he come to the championship? Like, yeah, I get maybe he had work and was busy, but your son-in-law? Not son-in-law. Stepson, right? Stepson? Yeah, stepson. Your stepson is in the state championship. You might as well support him. But to be fair, I honestly also forget he exists half the time. Like, it's not only I forget Grace is married, I forget he fucking exists. And I honestly did. Until, like, last episode when I kind of realized we were getting the wedding. And then I was like, is he gonna show up? Because I was gonna be really pissed off if he didn't. Like, yeah, he doesn't add that much to, like, Jordala's wedding. Like, if he doesn't show up to Spencer and Liv's, like, now that will be an issue. Like, he doesn't add much, but I felt like we needed him, you know? Like, Grace needed a date that was not Dylan. Even though Dylan was, like, taking pictures, which, shout out to him, and his crush on Layla, like, is completely understandable. Like, he's like me. Like, I love Jordan, I do, but I would just take pictures of her. Like, okay? Like, maybe one picture, because I need, like, something of Jordala, but other than that, I would be snapping pictures of that girl. Like, she's stunning, I'm obsessed with her. Like, I don't blame Dylan. I don't. It's like, if Carter wasn't there, Dylan probably would have been her date, but, like, still, I'm happy he showed up. I'm happy we got to see some of them and see they're still happily married. Because honestly, there were points, like, this season, I was, like, thinking to myself, like, are they divorced? Like, are they having issues? Is that why he's never showing up? Because I didn't know why he wasn't showing up, and I was confused. I was like, divorce is in the future, maybe? I'm happy they confirmed that was not the case. Because, like, I mean, I like them, and I'm happy for Grace. Like, her wedding last season was my favorite episode of season 5. Honestly, it was such a good episode. Like, yes, believe it broke my heart at the end, but overall, it was great, and I had such a great time watching it. So, like, I'm happy he showed up, and I'm happy we got some of that. Like, because, like, I'm not the biggest fan of some parent relationships. It depends. But them I'm fine with. I'm not, like, a huge fan like I am with some, or it's rare, but, like, there are some that I'm obsessed with. They're not one of them, but I do like them. Like, I loved Billy and Laura. Like, that's one of them that I did really, really love. And how I feel about, I think, what's the name? Luke and Laura is still up in the air. Like, I said this when she went on the date, and even, I think before when she was setting up the online profile, or Willie and her mom were signing her up for online dating. I am completely fine with her dating. Like, if she's ready for it. Like, if she is ready for it, 100% go for it, and I'll be supportive. It's just, like, if she's not ready, then I don't want her to. You know, it's up to her. And, like, I didn't know if we would ever see her date, to be honest. I thought maybe, but then I also thought maybe not, because, like, how in love her and Billy were. Like, she's never gonna find someone like that, which is 100% the case. Like, even if you fall in love again and get remarried, it's sometimes not gonna be the same as your first. Like, if you get a divorce and it ends up really bad, like, maybe it will, but, like, when you lose someone, like, your love of your life, you might fall in love again and get married, but it won't be the same. And I think that's what, like, is gonna be the thing with Luke. And I mean, he's not a bad guy. He seems chill. He seems nice. I mean, Jordan and Liv gave approval, and I'm happy Jordan invited him because I felt bad for her. Like, yeah, I get she didn't want to, like, steal, like, the day, or not the day, like, just, like, it was their day. She didn't want to do something like that. I do get that, kind of, but there's also, like, it's just a date. Like, it's fine. Like, come on. You can just, like, you deserve to be happy. Like, bring your maybe boyfriend or whatever you guys are. Like, come on. If, like, Liv and Jordan are supportive and give you, like, the okay, do it. Because my number one thing with Laura dating was that I wanted her to be, like, 100% ready for it, but also for Jordan and Liv to be okay with it. And they are. So, like, why not? You know? Like, I mean, I don't know. I still kind of need to figure out how I feel about him, but I don't think I even will have time because we have 2 more episodes and we most likely won't see them. Or a lot of them. Especially because we don't even know if they're, like, a couple now, because it's been 10, I almost said 10 years, 10 months, so, like, maybe, Like, I'm happy she brought him, just so she could have fun. But then also he didn't add anything, so it's like, I think that's also why I didn't really care. And I was like, yeah, bring him and have fun, because he didn't add anything. And he didn't distract from Jordala's big day. You know? So, like, I just didn't want anything to take away from Jordala's big day. And yes, Spencer finding out he got drafted did in a way, but I was fine with that, honestly. Like, yes, I would have rather it been after, so Jordala can just, like, have their day. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I'm happy for him. And, like, Jordan and Layla were happy for him as well. And, yeah, I think it was nice just because everyone was there. Would I have rathered it later so they could have their moment? Yeah. But it's fine. And I also like how Montez was the coach. Or, like, that's who he reached out to him about joining his team. I think I might have said that last episode, that maybe he would reach out to him. But I might be wrong about thinking that, or about saying that. There are things I think about that I want to say in these episodes, but then I forget because I'm, like, spiraling about, like, thinking about all this shit that's happening, and I'm freaking out over things, and also because it is, like, 100 degrees in this car, and I can't process shit because I am sweating my ass off. Like, it's really fucking hot in here, and I don't know why I keep going in my damn car. Like, at this point, I need to kick people out of the house. I literally just need to tell people, like, go off for an hour, do your thing, and then I'll text you when you can come back. I think I need to start doing that so, like, I really can not. Because I feel like it's, like, even hotter in here because I'm freaking out over, like, all this shit that happened. Like, I was sweating before I even got in the car because I was hyperventilating in my room. First of all, because it was fucking hot in there. I don't know why. Like the air kid, I think it was working. It just wasn't working well. But, like, it's also, I was hyperventilating over everything that happened this episode, so I was already sweating my ass off. And then we have this. Like, I forget to say shit. So I probably forgot to say that at one point. But I did sometime, like, last week when I was watching the episode, or maybe even after, that I thought maybe Montez was going to reach out to Spencer. Because I thought, like, in my head after he didn't get drafted, I was like, okay, maybe they didn't kill off Montez's character because they were going to have him be NFL, so then Spencer could play for him. I also thought at one point maybe Asher was going to coach with him, but then I was like, okay, no, Spencer. So I'm happy they did that. I'm just happy for Spencer. Like, obviously, we knew he was going to get drafted. Like, yeah, last episode was kind of shocking because he didn't, but we knew he was going to get drafted eventually. And something I didn't know was that Spencer, who the story's based on, like, I don't remember his last name. I know it starts with a P, but I can't remember what his actual last name is. He didn't get drafted initially. He got offered a spot later or something. It was after the draft he got a spot. He was offered a spot or something. So I found that out after I recorded last episode because I would have said something about it then, but I didn't know until, like, the next day, and that's when people were like, relax, like, that happened, like, they're probably gonna do some shit like that. And they did. I mean, I'm not sure if it's exactly how that went, like, if he got offered, like, the second day of the draft, but, like, we obviously knew he was gonna get drafted eventually, and it was just a different way to do it, which was, like, fine. It's fine. Like, I'm just happy the guy got drafted at this point because it was so upsetting. Like, yes, again, I knew he was going to get drafted, like, obviously, but still, it pissed me off because I'm like, what the hell? Because, like, I think I was just so annoyed that all this build up for that episode and he didn't even get drafted in that episode. And I thought we were going to have to wait till next episode. Or, I mean, not next episode. Episode 15. Because, like, that's the finale. But to be fair, episode 15 is the finale, and like I said, this was the initial finale, but I'm confused when they added episodes now, because this felt, like, I thought this was just going to be, like, wedding stuff, and then, like, next episodes we're going to be wrapping things up. I didn't think they were going to wrap up a ton of shit like that now, and also they're taking like I said, a week break. It's like, what the hell? Like, yes, I'm grateful it's not 2. But, or 3, to be fair. Because I hate when they do those long-ass hiatuses. It pisses me off. I mean, it's not that long. It's like 3 weeks, but it feels like forever. So I'm happy they're not doing that. But this just makes me wonder, like, when did they decide? Because I thought they decided when they were still, like, not at the beginning of the season, but halfway through. So they had time to rewrite episode 13. I think they just added it because it's Olivia's wedding. Which, like I said, I'm down for. I, like, don't care. But it's, like, the way they were doing everything, it's like they were wrapping it all up. Like I said, with Patience, and then, like, Olivia getting engaged, and them at the beginning of the episode, like, Spencer and Dylan talking about, like, what are they going to do with the house, because Spencer eventually is going to go to wherever he gets drafted, or if he does, and Grace is always in Oakland, and Dylan's gone, like, he wants to always have the house, but, like, what are they going to do with it? It felt really final. And, like, when Liv and Spencer were dancing together, like, that, like, felt like final, like the final, as well, like, the way they were talking, and just he thanking her and talking about how supportive, like, she has been, like, helpful, and all that, and then, like, him telling her that she's her book went 100% in sales, and, like, she's about to become a best-selling author, like, that gave me final season, or final episode, like, finale, like, series finale energy. Because I said in the last episode of the season, especially if they are, like, wrapping everything up with Spencer and Liv, that she was gonna, like, become a bestseller, or, like, she was gonna become a successful author. And she did. And, like, I'm so happy for her, and how supportive he is. Like, just, like, my baby girl is a best-selling author. And they're making a TV show about it, apparently. And she even has fans. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm so happy Spencer was the one who tell her. Honestly, like, that was so cute. So cute. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I really did not think we were going to find that out this episode. But it makes me so happy. I'm just so proud of her. Again, like I said with, like, Layla, Liv has been through hell and back as well. And I'm just so happy she's doing better and, like, doing well and getting her fucking happy ending. Like, she's become a best-selling author. She's gonna become Mrs. James. Like, my baby girl. Like, oh my gosh. Like, how insane is it that, like, two of my best girls are getting married in the span of, like, 2 episodes. Or, like, 3. Like, that's insane. Like, episode 13, Layla gets married. Episode 15, we're most likely seeing Liv get married. It's like, they want me to die. Like, they literally want me to die. I'm so fucking happy that this is airing, like, during the summer. Because I remember, like, at one point, like, during the strike, I was like, okay, or maybe it was after, when they started filming or something. I was like, okay, when are they going to come back? And I was like, I want it to be as soon as possible because I'm desperate. But I also want it to be, like, in the summer so I can die every week and I don't have to deal with school upon this. Because if this was airing, like, while I was in school, I would be missing tomorrow. Like, I'm so serious. I would not go to class tomorrow, or if I did, okay, here's the thing. I'm very good, like, with going to class unless, like, I can't. So, like, I would probably have to because I don't want to get in trouble, and, like, I'm a decent student, so, like, I want to keep it that way. But I feel like if I did go, I would be such a fucking mess. Like, I would be fucking hysterical. Like, that's why I'm so happy, because, like, I couldn't process anything for the last few weeks because we found out Jordala was getting married today. And then now they're married. I got to see them get married. And now this. It's like, but, like, I feel like if they did, like, just start in June, it would, like, I would be back in school by the time the finale aired. Because it started April 1st. It's ending in July. And that's, like, 3 months. So it would end in September or something, I think. Unless I'm doing the math wrong. Now, like I said, I'm a decent student, just not with math. I mean, I'm good at math. It just depends. And I need paper to fill it out. And then I got it. So, I might be wrong. But it's like, I'm just happy this airing now. So I have nothing to do tomorrow in the next few days besides, actually, I have, or few weeks. I do have that trip, which is gonna fuck everything up because, oh my gosh. But, it's fine. Like, oh my gosh. It's just I cannot wrap my head around anything. What do you mean? Jordala got married and Spilliby got engaged the same episode? I still, can't even wrap my head around the fact that Jordala got engaged last season and, we got to witness their wedding. And, Spilliby as well. One thing I will say is I'm so upset Asher did not get to finish his speech. It's the way Spencer was hyping him up, and not even hyping him up, trying to telling him stuff that he probably should say, and kind of getting him worried and wound up about the speech. I was excited. Yes, I would have rather Spencer give the speech, but I was getting excited. And I'm happy to get to see it. I mean, I'm happy he said stuff about how it's always been there and all this shit. That was so cute, but I'm mad. I don't know. I mean, just the one thing I knew about this episode was the wedding. Everything else threw me the fuck off, to be honest. Because the way Spencer got drafted, we knew that was gonna happen, but I didn't think it was gonna happen during their wedding, so that threw me off. And I was like, oh shit, okay. But what threw me off even more was the 10-month jump out of fucking nowhere. Because how did they go from that to then all of a sudden Spencer was on the field, and I remember sitting in my room and being what the fuck? What are we watching? Come on now, what is this? We saw that, and then, not just playing in the fucking Super Bowl. I did say that I did want another season so we could see Spencer, in the NFL. And maybe a Super Bowl. So if he's leaving next season and this is the best I'm gonna get, I'm totally fine with it. But the way they did it threw me off. That just threw me off. But I loved seeing everyone there. Again, I'm mad Carter was not there. Because I feel yeah, it's fine, but that is your stepson and he's in the Super Bowl and I think he should show up. I'm not a big fan of sports, really. But if my brother was in the Super Bowl somehow, if he had that skill and that ability and he was in the Super Bowl, I would be sat there ready to go, cheering him on. Come on, that sounds sick to experience that. Also, not just that, the fucking halftime show. Not sure who was performing at theirs, but I would be sat for the halftime show as well. It's why wasn't he there? Yeah, I get it, but pissed me off. But that whole thing threw me off, but I'm happy they did it just in case we're not going to see it. Because that's, I wanted to see him in the NFL. And I wanted to see him win a Super Bowl because this is, everything he's worked towards. The fact he not only he went to the Super Bowl, he led his team to the Super Bowl his rookie year. Not many, people can say that. Everyone being there supporting him. And, the way he shouted everyone out. And, of course, Liv. I'm a fucking idiot. I keep thinking about Jordan and Layla and Spencer and Liv, and I'm getting thrown off. The way he shouted out his best-selling author, or his girl, the best-selling author, oh my gosh, yes. I'm happy they said that, so it was confirmed, even though he said it during the dance, because her sales went up 100% after what Keisha helped her do. She was gonna become one, we knew that, but actually hearing it officially, oh my gosh, and seeing her fan, my girl is successful, that's all I wanted. In a good way too, not from that journalism crap last season that really fucked everything up. It's oh my gosh, the way everything was so perfect, seeing him win the Super Bowl, make the game-winning touchdown, or the game-winning catch, and then I don't know, after he gave the speech and thanked everyone and thanked her, I was thinking is this proposal? Because I was confused of what they were going to do the next 2 episodes if it just ended with them winning the Super Bowl. I was what the hell? It doesn't make any sense. So I was okay. Okay. And so when he was hugging everyone and talking and they were okay. And, when Jordan gave him that thing, that's what was it's for sure, it's happening, let's go. And then when they showed her after the first game he played in season 1, that's when I lost it. I started hyperventilating, I started crying, And then he did. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, how, like the fact, no, like literally, I'm gonna keep saying this. The fact that 2 of my favorite ships of all time, like in my top 5 ships of all time, got married and one got engaged in the same fucking episode. Like I always said, like, the show needs to end with like, Olivia needs to get married before the show ends. So now, honestly, at this point, like, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off if they do the new generation thing, but the show ended for me when Olivia gets married, so I'm fine. You know, like, I'll accept it. It's just like, oh my god, it's just like, this episode was like probably my favorite All American episode, like, ever. And like, to me, it was even bigger than the 100th episode. Like, even though the 100th episode I really did enjoy, and that was one of my favorite episodes, it's just like Olivia and Jordala, like, come on now, you can't get better than that. Like, that, those 2, like, I mean, technically 4 motherfuckers own my life, and I will be up all night getting Olivia seeds and working on my shit because Jordala did not say vows. Like, I'm sorry, but how are you gonna do the Jordala wedding without vows? Like, yes, what Spencer said was perfect, how it, like, it's always been them, and like what everyone was saying, like, Layla was his first crush and all that shit. Like, yeah, sure, but I wanted vows. Like, what Spencer said was gorgeous, but I literally based my shit I was gonna post on vows, and no, I'm not even getting them, or like, I didn't even get them. Like, what the fuck was that? Come on now. Like, I would have taken like a part of a vow. I just want to know what they were gonna say, especially him, because he's been like in love with her and like has had a crush on her forever. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? These fuck. 'Cause like, yes, like I said, Spencer's thing was gorgeous, and like, him talking about how we always saw it, they fought hard, they flirted hard, all this shit. Like, they worked hard, yeah, but where were the fucking vows? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm gonna be bitter about this till the day I die. Cause like, other than that, everything about it was perfect. Like, the fact that we got most of Spencer's speech, we got Olivia looks, we got the reception and everyone dancing, and like, Jordan Layla's first dance as a married couple and the way he kissed her. It's like, all that is so cute. So cute. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, everything. Like, this episode really was like the 100th episode to me. Like, this really, like, I was so excited for the 100th episode because I knew it was going to be big. And I also thought we were getting a rain kiss, maybe a Olivia engagement. I don't know. I was kind of delusional at that point. But this one, I don't think I've been this excited for an episode in a while. And I said that for the 100th episode, but literally for this one because of Jordala. And like, even though I told myself that Olivia were maybe gonna get engaged, I didn't actually believe it until like, the fact they did. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, I literally don't know what I've said like for half this episode because I literally cannot wrap my head around the fact that they are engaged and Jordala just got married. And Jordala has been married for 10 months. Like, they are doing pretty damn well. Like, I know it's only 10 months and they have a lifetime to go, but still. I'm mad we didn't get to see like much of them getting married. Like, we did see them hug. And, like, kind of walk off together. Which is like, honestly, I'll take that over nothing. It's like, next episode. I know next episodes are about Olivia, but I want Jordala married crumbs here and there. Like, yes, Olivia has been here since the beginning. It's been their like kind of love story. Like, yes, 100%. Like, I want that, but I want Jordala crumbs, you know? Like, marriage crumbs. And I think we'll get it because like they just got married a couple months ago, and now they're gonna help with them, and they're probably gonna be maid of honor, or she's for sure gonna be maid of honor, and Jordan's probably gonna be best man, or Coop's gonna be best girl, woman. I don't know what they do for that stuff. Or just gonna be, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm really excited for next episode, especially the promo, because I was thinking to myself when they ended it with like them getting engaged, I was like, what the fuck is next episode gonna be about? Like, what is the next 2 episodes? Like, I didn't think they were gonna be like oh, we're getting married this weekend or something like that. So we're getting a full-on bachelorette party. Like, I'm mad we didn't get that for like Jordan and Layla. I'm pissed off. But if we can get that for Spencer and Liv, I'm here. I'm ready. And that means episode 15, they will be getting married. Like, of course, like I said, I'm on damn vacation. And, like, don't worry. Like, I might be late because I'm going to be doing All American Homecoming episodes as well. Because it starts in 2 weeks. Because they're taking a week break. When episode 14 comes out, I'll do that. And then I'll also do All American Homecoming. But 15, even though I'm on vacation, I refuse to be fucking late with that. Because I need to watch the episode on time. And I'm planning on recording it right after. Because I will literally lose my shit. But I will just say it now. Homecoming, episode 2 of Homecoming, episode 2. I might not do that until the week after with episode 3. Just because, like, All American's my main focus. And I just need to focus on that. And, like, because I'm on vacation, it makes it harder, you know? But I guess we'll see. I'll figure it out. But I think I'm just going to end it now because I'm such a fucking disaster. I'm sweating my ass off in this damn car. I'm congested as hell. I literally am about to cry because I cannot believe this is real life. And I actually just witnessed that. Like, oh my gosh. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm sorry it was such a disaster. I mean, like, every episode is a fucking disaster because I'm just a mess. But probably this one was more because I literally am freaking out and hyperventilating. And I cannot wrap my head around the fact that this is real life. But again, thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you guys next week for episode 14.